Hello everyone, Raj here from Trading College, and this video is going to be all about the FX market. So I'm making a video just discussing everything about the FX markets. So that's Forex, foreign exchange, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to give you the A to Z on everything about it. So first of all, let's kick in with what is the foreign exchange market. So sorry if you're not new to this, you're just going to have to deal with me for a minute. And you can see in the middle, we've got two currencies here, GBP versus USD. Okay, so what this currency means is that this is the value of the pound, that there is the value of the dollar, and they're traded against each other. So if GBP USD goes up like that, that means the value of the pound is going higher against the value of the dollar. And if it goes down like that, like it is there, that means the value of the pound is going down versus the value of the USD. Okay, so pretty simple concept. Now, what it really means is that you're looking at the value of one economy, you know, how one country is performing versus the other one. So effectively in this currency pair, are things going well in the UK and are things going well in the US? If they're going well in both countries, which one is going better than the other? If they're going bad in both countries, which one's worse than the other? Okay, now there are many factors to consider about how we can work that out, but just interestingly, that's the start of it. So away from this, there is a couple of things that you need to think about. Okay, so if you've got GBP buyers, you can also have GBP sellers. Okay, sorry about that. I've got some alerts running off. If you have USD buyers, yeah, you can also have USD sellers. Okay, so you've got to really work out, you know, which ones are in command of the market on a daily basis if you're a day trader, more longer term if you're a swing trader. Okay, so is today a pound buying day or a selling day, or is today a USD buying day or a selling day? Okay, you can see today so far, this is an hourly chart, it's a buying day for the pound. Even though we're in generally what would be considered as a downtrend, the market's moving lower, today the market's retracing, it's going back up. A lot of people are in favor of the pound today. Okay, so it's pretty simple. Yeah, if you do have any questions about that, let me know. Now, how do the markets move and why do they move? Essentially, if there are more pound buyers than sellers, and if there are more sellers in dollar than there are buyers, this pair will move up. Okay, so if there are more buyers of the pound than there are buyers of the dollar, it will move up. Okay, also it works the other way around. If there are less sellers in the pound than there are of the dollar, this will still move up. Okay, so you've got two variables there. Okay, so one is the pound good? And what makes people think this? Okay, so essentially, if there are more buyers than sellers of the pound, this is going to go up. Okay, that's really all you need to think about. And that's why we use these technicals and stuff to try and work it out. Okay, so what makes people think that? Okay, we've got lots of economic metrics. So we've got things like GDP, we've got things like interest rate decisions, we've got things like inflation, we've got things like unemployment, we've got things like manufacturing, services, you know, the general economy. You know, we've got loads of different reasons of why people would make that decision of whether to buy the pound or buy the dollar, or sell the pound or sell the dollar. There's lots of different reasons for that. Okay, so let's talk about interest rates, because that's the biggest subject. Okay, at the moment, interest rates in America are going up higher than they are in the UK. Okay, so that's why we're generally seeing this big move down in general. Okay, so let's put this on a daily chart so we can show you. So on a daily chart, you can really see, since, you know, for quite a long time actually, let's pull this back. Let's pull this back here. Look, so since this day, which is the June the 10th, 2021, and also let's load it a little bit more. Let's see if that was it. No, we could have gone back even further. So this day here, yeah, which is, yeah, the 3rd of June or so, around that point, the rate in which the dollar, the central bank in America, the Fed, were increasing interest rates was much higher than what was going on in the UK for the Bank of England. Okay, generally we've seen a big strong move in the dollar for a very, very long time. Okay, so, and to show you this, let's go look at the dollar index. Yeah, so this is a dollar basket. The dollar index is the dollar against a basket of currencies, so not just one. And you can see the dollar's been moving up for a very long period of time before this very sharp retracement. Okay, so let's go back to GBP USD. And for all of this time, the markets have been in a really, really strong trend. Yeah, because interest rates in America have been rising faster than interest rates in the UK. Okay, the market had to factor all of that in. Why is that important? Because basically the value of money, of storing money in that country, in America, was greater than storing it in the UK, because you receive a higher interest rate for your savings. Okay, so if you're holding a lot of money, imagine yourself being a billionaire. Okay, and you see that interest rates in America have gone to 5%. You're going to achieve 5% in America, and maybe you're only achieving 3% in the UK. So you're going to shift your money over to America. So that's why interest rates are very important. Okay. Then the other thing is perception, because the financial markets, you know, they're a bit of a guessing game. You know, they're a bit of a forecasting game, a bit of a projection game. So when they think that that's topped out, when they believe that interest rates have reached a certain level and maybe the UK is about to catch up, something like this will happen. We'll find some support. Okay, the buyers of the pound will keep back in, because they'll start to think, well, yeah, maybe the dollar's not going to continue. You know, maybe America and the Fed are not going to continue at the same rate as they were. Maybe the UK is starting to catch up now. So some of that money will flow back into the UK, and then you'll see the pound, people buying the pound a bit more. Okay. And then also there's investments in both countries as well that you have to consider. If you're holding stocks, so like, you know, Apple or whatever in America, or you're holding like BP, HSBC in the UK, which ones are going to be yielding more? Where's the stock market performing better, in America or in England? So a lot of this movement is about investment. Okay, where are you better off investing your funds? Is it in America or is it in the UK? And you'll see a flow of money move between the two currencies, which is why the currencies markets move. Okay, biggest markets in the world, the currency markets, something like $4 trillion a day gets passed between all of the currency pairs, right? So you're going to see a lot of movement in it. Basically, it's a very volatile market. So anyway, I've explained to you why the currency markets move, and then also little things like inflation, because let's say, for example, inflation is higher in one country than it is another. That could force the central bank to increase or decrease in interest rates. Okay, so that's also why those metrics are very important. And then like GDP, if maybe the economy is being handled a little bit better in one country than the other, then they're more likely to move interest rates based on that. Okay, so it's generally all about interest rates, but the other ancillary data points, they give you clues on how they're going to move in terms of those interest rates. Okay, so lots of learning to do between currency pairs. Okay, you have to, if you want to be a fundamental trader, that's all the stuff you have to learn. Now I'm going to be very controversial here, and I'm going to say let's throw that out the window. Okay, because what technical analysis does is it teaches you how to measure that sentiment, but on a chart. Okay, so you don't necessarily need to know all that fundamental information unless you are a fundamental trader. I myself am not. I'm a technical trader, but I used to work in a fundamental department somewhere in a previous life, and that's why I understand the fundamentals. But I prefer technical analysis all day. Yeah, because the chart tells me the story. So let's talk about why. Okay, so I've told you that this is a big downtrend. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I work that out. If this market is making lower highs, lower low waves like this, yeah, super simply, we are in a downtrend. Okay, that's all I need to know. Yeah, if I want to make trades and make some money. Okay, if I'm in a downtrend, I'm going to try and pick off trades in this downtrend to try and make some money. It's not always going to work. Okay, it might work 70% of the time, it might work 50% of the time, but as long as I'm within those realms, I'm making good money. Okay, and I use our signaling systems for this. Okay, so you can see here we've got these color change. This candlestick chart doesn't look like a normal candlestick chart. Okay, this is called our pro trading system, our PTS. Okay, now when we are in a downtrend, all I like to do is I like to find the good color changes. So here we started making lower highs, lower lows, and I'm interested in around here. Okay, then what I'll try and look for is the next color change. So honestly, I would have started trading around there. I would have missed all of this because I'm waiting to see if that uptrend is finished. Okay, that uptrend finishes around here, and that's when I'm interested in this market. Okay, so I would have missed that part. Okay, I'm generally, you know, telling the truth. I don't like to lie about people when I'm talking about my trades. And this, whoever says they're going to catch a full move It's not possible. You've got to evaluate when your trend's changing, okay? At this point, I've evaluated my trend has changed. I would look then for these color changes, okay? Like this here. You know, we've got another one there. They're the color changes that I like to take trades on, okay? Not only that, with our pro trading system, this one, I also like to look at this is our own indicator called the storyteller. And we've got these here. These are called momentum triggers, okay? When the momentum goes from up to going down, that's when I like to take trades too. So I've got two options, okay? Also, another big option for me is when we get a PTS while we're in negative momentum trigger status, while we're in negative on the storyteller. That means on the downside when the histograms are facing down. I really, really love those trades. And that's this one here, yeah? You can see we're underneath the 0 line. Our histograms are pointing down. And then we get a new color change and bam, we go short, okay? Remember, this is a daily chart, so your trades could take a little bit of time. I'm a swing trader, so I can handle it. Hopefully you can too. And it's really, really nice and simple with this because the stop loss would be 139 points. So that could be £1 a point, £139, or you can half it, you know, and have it at maybe £65 or £70 or whatever it is. And then I'm trying to double that to the downside. So if that's 140, let's say, I'm looking for 280 to the downside. And you can see that happens quite quickly, to be honest, in this one. So yeah, nice, easy trade, that one. But, and, you know, I would like to try and hold it to maximize my profit, but we'll talk about that on another session. So they're the technicals, okay? The technical analysis is strong. Now, like I said, you're not always going to get every trade right. So this one is a real tricky one for me. These ones here, those two signals there, because we're still in a downtrend. We come up and we get another red, but it doesn't work. And we make a higher high. We get another red. That one doesn't work. We make another higher high. There's where I'm going to give up, okay? Because the market has gone from making these lower high, lower lows like this. It makes a really strong low. And then what it does is it makes a couple of higher low, higher highs. And I know this trend is probably finished for a while. Okay, it could come back in later, like now we've made a lower high, lower low. Yeah, and it could be coming in back in now. And this is an example of the PTS and how it gives you your targets and your stops. But I'm not really interested in that now at this point, because this is looking like a trend change. Okay, let's go and look at that in more detail. Let's find a currency pair that's moved around a bit. So let's look at USD CAD. So that's the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Look at this. For a while, we had some really, really strong weakness in dollar, or it could have been strength in CAD. Okay, remember what I said at the beginning. And then all of a sudden we had this big trend change over here. So let's establish what constitutes as a trend change. So look, lower highs, lower lows, like I said before. Great moves in our PTS system. You'd be making a lot of money here, cashing in, doing well, off to the Ferrari store or a Lamborghini store, whatever your car of choice is, maybe a Maserati. And then look, we go back up. Okay, it's at this point we break that lower high, lower low sequence and we make a higher high. Okay, then we make a couple of higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We come down to make a lower low, but in the next wave we break the high again. So it's at this point here, this whole area here, we're establishing our trend change. Okay, so that is a massively important area for me. I'm sitting there looking at this saying, is this downtrend going to continue, or are we going to reverse to the upside? Now we've broken out now. We've made a couple more higher lows. Okay, from this point on, I am long, 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 long. Okay, so from that point on, I'm thinking, okay, the green PTSs are mine. Yeah, I'm taking that one. I'm taking that one. This one here, this one here. These are all trades that I'm going to be looking at from now on. This one here, because the trend has changed. Okay, our PTS system is awesome. It really helps you identify good entries like a sniper if you know what type of trend you're in. Okay, and you know we're talking about FX. Yeah, so we're still looking at long trades in dollar CAD. Look at this. This PTS trade looks awesome. The color change was there. Stop loss was here. That's your entry. Target number 1, target number 2, target number 3. Okay, target number 2's been hit. We're just waiting for that to push a little bit higher to hit target number 3. And happy days. We're all in there. Okay, so it's all about, you know, really, can you read the trends correctly? I don't need the fundamental analysis. because the chart is telling me, my chart analysis is telling me, my technical analysis is telling me, my indicators are helping me work this out, the storyteller at the bottom, okay? The PTS, that's helping me work this out. I don't need to go and look at, you know, all of the economic calendars and all of that kind of stuff to work out, you know, what's going on with interest rates, what's going on with this and what's going on with that. So at the moment, we spoke a lot about the dollar pairs. Let's do this in two that are nowhere related to the dollar. So let's look at Aussie yen, okay? Aussie yen is the Australian dollar, yeah, versus the Japanese yen. So now we're trading Australia versus Japan, effectively, okay? You can see we're in a really choppy state now, but we've had a really, really good trend recently of this. Now, this is the point where I'm talking about deciding what trend we're in. We're underneath the zero line on the storyteller. We've got a red PTS. This is a pretty good short, okay? But we've changed from this uptrend that started maybe around here and potentially finished maybe around here, okay? Through that period, the longs would have made you money. Now we're looking at some shorts now that could make us money. And it's really, really important to see if this level down here breaks, okay? That would be a nice break for me. So that would be a target. You can see the PTS target is roughly there. And then if it breaks through there, I know that this lovely downtrend is continuing, okay? So that's Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. Let's go and look at something else completely random. And let's go for Great British Pound, so GBP, and let's try that against something that we haven't looked at. So NZD, which is the New Zealand dollar, okay? So let's check these two currencies. You can see this is a lot more sideways, yeah? It's a lot trickier to trade this market. So what we can do is we can use our indicators to find out where we are. Are we green? Yes. Are we above the zero line? Yes. This one could be okay for longs. It's really that simple. Let's try another one. Let's go for Euro versus CAD, okay? So Euro CAD, look at this, beautiful uptrend now, really, really nice. You decide when the trend is changing. So for me, it will be around there. Then every green PTS, look, makes money apart from that one, yeah? The rest of them are all good. All good trades. You'll be making some really good money in around this with our PTS system. It's so simple. You just got to trade the color changes. It's kind of like a traffic light system. Green is good, red is bad, you know? So green is buy, red is sell. But you have to make sure that you're establishing the trend and that you're looking at the storyteller indicator as well. It's really, really good. Okay, so we've spoken a lot about the PTS, yeah? Let's talk about the storyteller on its own. So let's go to another currency pair. We haven't looked at euro dollar, which is the biggest currency pair in the world. Yeah, so I was saving that for this exercise. So look, when we've got this really, really, really strong downtrend, like the one that we were talking about, I want to show you how powerful this indicator down here is, the storyteller. Have a look. So I'm going to mark up with these lines every time the storyteller goes from above zero to below zero. And we're going to look at the success rate of how these trades work in this environment, okay? So I'm just going to put little markers on it so you can see why I put them there. So that one there, that one there, that one, that one, that one there. Got a couple more, that one there, and that one there, okay? So let's just refine this one because it's a bit dodgy. Okay, cool. So this one is now every time this storyteller indicator goes from above the zero line, the histogram's being above, to dropping down below the zero line here, that's a sell trigger for me, okay? So over here, down, sell, this one, sell, 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 sell. So we have, in this period of time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, all of them winners. This one potentially could have stopped you out very, very close. I don't know. We can go back and check. Let's see. Maybe it would have spiked you out that one there, okay? Maybe. But you can see how good it is. It's still got the direction right. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, one was a struggle, and you may have stayed in it depending on where your stop is, okay? So 7 trades, 1 loser. That's amazing. You know, you don't find trading systems like this. It's absolutely top quality. The momentum trigger is my favorite trading system. I absolutely love it. If you combine the momentum trigger and the PTS together, I love that even more. I trade that quite a lot. on a daily basis in the live trading room that we have. I'm posting trades about stocks and some Forex pairs, some commodities, all to do with this momentum trigger and PTS combo. That's how I like to trade. So it's super, super simple. Anyone can do it. If you've got any questions, just, come and ask. We can easily help and explain these two indicators to you, and also the price action and some of the stuff that I've spoken to you about with the Forex market as well. Happily go over it. It's all to do with your education and how you guys are getting on, right? Trading really can be as simple as you make it. You've seen how simple the strategies that I'm using are. We obviously have more complicated strategies. We haven't even spoken about these trend predictor arrows, these arrows here. That's a whole other strategy that we use at Trading College in itself. So we haven't even touched on that. I'll touch on that in another video. I'll talk about trend predictors in another video. But another awesome strategy that we use is these trend predictors, okay? So, yeah, like I said, any questions, please get in touch. Click the like and subscribe button, because we're going to be doing loads more of these videos. So if you want to be updated and you like this one, you'll get loads more educational content for free. And, you can come into our community, come and have a look, talk to our course advisor, Chris, about what opportunities that we have for you guys to learn a little bit more and how you can become a professional trader. We've recently launched funded accounts. So if you struggle for having a large account and you want some more money to trade with, you can talk to us about that for Stealth Trader. And, we've got loads of things going on at Trading College. It really is an exciting time. So just get in touch. Good luck, and hopefully your trading goes well. And if you need any help, we're always here.